Let's get it. That's a bit.
We live?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. This is the Daiquiri King You Talk Too Much podcast, season 2. We are totally excited to have a panel tonight, a full panel, almost a full panel, but the ones who showed, we do want to thank you for your time. We do want to thank you for your presence to come out tonight, to be on the show tonight.
Yes, sir.
Representing live from Dallas, Texas, the Big D, Daiquiri
Hey.
Kings. You talking to the Daiquiri King. I got my boy Don in studio.
What up? What up?
I got Chef Sylvia from Indianapolis, Indiana, by way of Dallas, Texas. Let's not get it twisted.
Yes, sir.
But she is definitely in Indianapolis. Chef Sylvia, if you can definitely say hello to the Daiquiri Kings You Talk Too Much podcast family, we definitely welcome you. If you can say what's up.
Thank you. How's everyone?
Give me 1 second. I'm having technical difficulties in hearing you. Give me 1 second. Just bear with me.
Okay.
Grab biz for me real quick, Don. But anywho, as we are live, man, I just wanted to welcome everyone again that's viewing live on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, hello, Facebook friends. If you are viewing us on Instagram, definitely want to say what up. If you're viewing us on the YouTube channel, definitely want to say what's up. Kamula Music, can you hear us? Mr. Kamula Music, can you hear me?
What's good with it, man? I hear y'all
Okay,
good,
well, I'm
man.
having
Shout out
problems hearing
everybody,
you. I don't
man.
know if the audience can hear you or not, so we're just going to leave y'all right there on screen. I know they can't see you, so if you can just bear with us. We're having technical difficulties on them hearing you. But other than that, again, welcome to the show. This is season 2. We are very happy to be able to have you on the show, have everyone present. This season, Biz, we're not able to hear them as they talk. Yeah, they can hear us. As we're on this show, man, as you can see, we're gonna deal with everything in real time, just like life should be dealt with in real time. So at the end of the day, you know, that's how this thing is gonna be perfected, and that's how this thing is gonna come in the most natural form, so that you can receive what you're supposed to receive from hearing this podcast. The main thing is we want to take the time to talk about real issues, real topics, real real things that are happening in the day-to-day life, such as the NFL player that collapsed during the game Sunday. I don't know if you were watching that,
Yes,
but that's something that can happen to any one of our sons, any one of our daughters who are out just playing catch or just walking down the street. You can just fall and collapse. So just the whole thing of just making sure that you are valuing each day, because you never know when your time to come to have to go through a process like that. So if we can just take a moment of silence real quick for my man playing for the Buffalo Bills who collapsed during the game. If we can just take a moment of silence for him as he recovers. Other than that, man, let's get it rocking. This is the Daiquiri Kings You Talk Too Much podcast. You can follow us on Instagram, Daiquiri_Kings with 2 Z's. You can follow us on Facebook as well on all platforms, Daiquiri_Kings with 2 Z's. Also TikTok, Daiquiri_Kings with 2 Z's. I got my man Don with me
What's going
here.
on,
Very glad to have met you, man. Very intrigued and very excited to get to know
Yes,
different rappers in the DFW area.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Even though you may not be from here,
Yes, sir.
technically you are from here
Yeah, I grew up
because, if you're from Dallas, we're going to just welcome you in like family anyway. You
yeah,
live here more than 6 months. Shit, you're married to us, common law. So
Yeah.
if you
shout
could,
out.
man, tell the fam about who you are, what you bring to the table and so forth, where you from and so forth.
It's Dun Dun, aka Dun Boss G. You can follow me at Rome_1219, ROME_1219. And yeah, man, I grew up in the D, Redbird area, Duncanville, the West Dallas area. I've roamed everywhere. Went to Thomas Toba, went to
Okay.
Reed. I do music. I promote music. I got my own LLC, my own company dealing with Bonds Beauty Glam, dealing with hair products and eyelashes and stuff like that. Got a non-profit organization where we feed the homeless 4 times out the year.
Okay.
So yeah, man, that's how it coming.
Okay, where you from?
Man, I grew up out Crocker Hill in 20. That little
Crocker?
area where Rag Daddies used to be.
Cocker Hill and 20. Oak Cliff.
Yeah,
Oak Cliff.
like
That's
that
my
edge
hood.
of it. Yeah, down there. That's where I'm from, man. Where I
Okay.
grew up at.
Okay. And Chef Sylvia, can you hear us now?
Yes, I can.
Awesome, and we can hear you back. Tell us a little bit about yourself and Kamula Music. We're gonna get to you next. Tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get into, being a chef? How did you get into your professionalism? I know that you do taxes as well, so I definitely want you to take this time to speak on the platform about your tax business. Also, I want you to take the time to speak about your love for cooking and serving and so forth.
Absolutely. Well, I'm from up north. I'm originally from Louisiana. So my passion as far as becoming a chef and being in the culinary business, I kind of grew up in a family restaurant.
Okay.
My father did all types of catering. He was originally from New Orleans.
Okay.
So I just grew up in a big family that loved to cook, loved to host, loved to cater. So I just naturally kind of fell into that position. As far as unlimited taxes, we are one of the biggest tax companies here in the nation. We do have offices spread out across the nation. We have a Vegas office that has opened. We have 3 in Indianapolis here. We have 3 in Gary. We have a couple in Chicago. We have St. Louis. We have Ohio. We have Arkansas. We're all over. And we're not your ordinary tax company. We do a lot of giving back. We have hosted annual Thanksgiving dinners citywide. We just did that.
Okay.
We do Halloween for kids every holiday. We give back. We give big Christmas bashes where we give back to the community that serves us, and that's what keeps us so active and high demand in the areas.
So if y'all need y'all taxes done, y'all know who to holler at now.
Absolutely.
We definitely need them thousands, them M's coming back. If we can get to them M's, y'all go holler at Chef Sylvia in her tax profession. Kamula Music. What's going on, my guy? We got Kamula Music, Daiquiri Kings family, You Talk Too Much podcast family. We got Kamula Music. And forgive me, my brother, if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Correct me if I am. Kamula Music. Am I pronouncing that correct?
You close. It's Kamal, but you close to it. It's Kamal.
Kamal Music. Kamal. I want to get get it correct, man, because that's the original. Kamal Music, man. If you could tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Welcome to the show. We got Kamal Music by way of Detroit, man. We definitely appreciate you staying up with us. Riding on the late train with us tonight here on the You Talk Too Much podcast.
Late train.
Hey, what's up? Hey, I told you, man, I'm rolling with you, man. Whenever you get it going, I'm with you. So shout out, so I'm gonna just tell you a little bit about myself.
If you would.
I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's a small excuse me, it's a small town called Aliquippa.
Okay.
And they very famous. They known for a lot of football players that go to the league. Like we got Ty Law, who played for the Patriots. He come from Aliquippa.
That was that
we
boy.
Got Darrell Revis. Yep, he came from Aliquippa. And the Dorsett, Tony Dorsett. So it's a lot of it's a famous little town, but that's where I come from. But it's poverty. It's a lot. It's like any other hood. You know what I'm saying? But long story short, like my name, Kamal Music, I've been doing music like all my life. But I just started taking it serious like the last 2 to 3 years or whatever. Like I went ahead, started a YouTube and just started climbing. But I'm going to tell y'all something unique about me that I ain't really sharing with nobody yet, like about my name, like where I got Kamal from. So like Kamal really comes from a tribe in Ethiopia, you know, because
Okay.
I was trying to come up with a music name or whatever, and it's like the word Kamal just came to my mind. And I'm just
I like that.
So I researched it, and when I researched it, I saw that it was a tribe over in Ethiopia. And at the age of like 12 or 13, whenever they go out, you know, they got to go to the wilderness, kind of like the 300, and they got to kill a lion. And when they come back, they all get that name. They get that name Kamal. So it's a whole tribe of people called Kamalians. You know what I'm saying? They get that name once they get like warrior status.
For
And
sure.
that name literally is translate to silent warrior. So Kamal means silent warrior. And it was just, I don't know, it just felt, I felt like it was more God sent. It was like it was some vibrational with it. I just felt it. So I just went with that, you know?
Absolutely.
I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that. Man, I can definitely understand, you know, just kind of switching gears. You know, in today's society, you know, I definitely want to talk about, you know, things on this show that's going to bring in a more enrichment and a more empowerment tune to the show instead of just indulging into, you know, the most common things that you can talk about, which is sex. Definitely want to talk about things like bringing families back together. You know, I know that we deal with that in the most in the African American homes, and that's you know, having family time. I think that in our society today that, you know, we're losing, you know, the fight when it comes to communicating and taking time to speak to one another, especially the closest ones that are around us. Don, if you can kind of share your thoughts on, you know, where your thoughts are today on togetherness, and what we can do better, you know, as individuals, as artists, as people that have a platform, what we can do better, because we're here because we have a talent,
Right.
but we have to show that we are, you know, people behind, you know, what we can bring to the table,
Right.
which is our skill set. So if you can speak on, you know, what we can do better, you know, as far as family togetherness,
Just really just not being so quick to shit on one another.
for sure.
And just really just help each other out and being able to take constructive criticism, you know, that'd be a lot too. A lot
Yeah.
of people can't be told nothing, you know. Other than that, yeah, man, and just staying consistent really with it. It can't just be a phase. You gotta be something that you gotta get up and want to do every day.
Cause I got knuckleheads all through my lineage, man. You know, I popped off children real early at 17, man. I got a 22-year-old, man. And it's kind of hard to tell this day and age, these
Yeah.
kids of this generation, if they right or wrong, because, you know, the right is in what they see in the internet. I know I was talking to Chef Sylvia. I know I was talking to you. She's a mother of 6.
Right.
She has 4 boys, 2 girls. Miss Chef Sylvia, like, what do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do in your home? You know, as far as making sure that cohesiveness is there between the family, and that they understand that, you know, hey, to communicate is the best thing that you can do, whether you're going through, you know, something that's great, because, you know, every child or every teenager wants to come home and say, hey, mom, I'm doing great. But, you know,
Right.
what are some of those things that you can share that helps you out in your home, to where maybe you can give back to someone that may be listening, to help them, you know, communicate better with their home, especially these young parents out here today.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna be brutally honest with you. As yourself, you met me out.
Sound.
I think it froze up a little bit.
Just bear with us really quick. You Talk Too Much podcast season 2. That was Chef Sylvia speaking. I know that we had lost audio. That was Chef Sylvia. Come on, music. Can you hear us?
Yep, I hear y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. If you can just segue on what we were speaking about, just speaking about family cohesiveness, being able to communicate better to your family, and I guess in the right. How would you or what would you? What are some of the things that you can give to our viewers as far as what you think that you can offer as far as some type of aspects to them, as far as, you know, as far as communicating and as far as making sure that we stick together and you know, the things that we're struggling with? What are some things that you could probably give to help us out with that?
I'm gonna let Sylvia. I think she back. Can you hear her, Sylvia?
I always can hear. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, it froze up. I'm gonna let you finish your thought. I didn't want to interrupt you because you was going somewhere. Go ahead.
All right, go ahead, Sylvia. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, you're good. So as I was telling you, you know how you met me.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Thugging.
I'm hustling. I'm doing what I have to do with my food. It's really kind of difficult in this day and age to kind of like keep a grip on everything. It's almost like you have to either go hard on building something so that you can leave your family something behind.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have it. It's really true. You really got to have a village in place.
For
Because
sure.
in my case, coming into Dallas and coming from up north, I was on my own. So I had to like hit the ground running, get a restaurant, start moving around, start mingling with people. That's how I met, you know, the host here tonight. Like it's at the same time, I had teenage boys helping me with younger groups of kids. That's where sometimes I feel like people lose the hook on their households.
For sure.
So to me, right now, I feel like the biggest thing that we need to do in our generation is learn to put small things aside. If you have started families with someone, you all really need to figure that out for the kids because my time apart has been a living experience for me when it comes to raising my family because I left at a time where my boys needed to stay. You follow what I'm saying?
For sure.
And when I came and I started working, and I mean, you know what the hours is like because, you know.
But a lot of people ain't staying for the kids now. And a lot of people, they was like, fuck all that. I see the kids, twice a week, twice every 2. Because I love my babies, but, sometimes Sunday I be ready for them to go.
What was one of the hardest things that you had to deal with transitioning from up north to Dallas?
One of the hardest things I had to deal with was this up north is extremely totally different from the culture in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
So I had, a really hard time adapting because I was used to things. I had lived in the South before. Don't get me wrong. I had stayed in Atlanta, I stayed in Tennessee, but even that culture, Texas was like a land of its own when I got there. It was totally different from anything that I was used to. But to me, it was easy for me to like get in where I could fit in because the pace, everybody is moving and grooving. It's kind of not like Hollywood where everybody is realistic. People are really trying to get somewhere and do some things and build some things. And it just encouraged me to go hard. Like I wasn't even there a whole year and I had a restaurant off the ground. People knew my name. I was appearing different places. It was really great.
Congratulations on that.
Come on, music. Go ahead and segue in on that.
All right. So the question you're asking is, in this generation, what could help the household?
What in this generation, what can help each household communicate a lot better? Because especially in our ethnicity in the African American home, eating at the table is foreign. For having a table, it's in itself for food, to eat at, to talk, to ask, hey, how was your day today? I think that's missing in our homes a lot, and I think that's what's hindering this generation today, just the value of morale. So the question is basically, what are some tips that you can give the audience in reference to that, as far as what you've experienced as worked for you, as you communicate, if you don't have children, or as you communicate to nephews, or as we've spoke, you do a lot of community work to the young men that you help out.
Okay. So I have a son. I have a 4-year-old son.
Okay.
His name is Jeremiah. I got a 4-year-old son. I got a ton of nieces. I got a ton of nephews. I'm still relatively young in this generation, but I'm a 90s baby.
For sure.
Well, I feel like what we need to really get back to is the most simplest thing, and that's just us. Like if we just take a break, you know what I'm saying? Sit down on a Sunday, the whole family, cut the TVs off, cut the electronics off, cut the, you know what I'm saying, the glamour and the glitz. Because the thing is that I'm noticing and I'm seeing in my communities, I'm out here in Detroit.
Yeah.
I'm seeing that a lot of people want it and you can definitely obtain it.
Yeah.
But it's like sometimes I see people crashing out way too early because you know, they want to take a shortcut. And sometimes
sure.
we do got to take shortcuts. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that I just feel like we got to get back to the basics of building up, because everything don't happen overnight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather build, you know what I'm saying?
What
and
happened
it
to
may take me
patience
a
these
year
days? That's
to
the
build.
question, for sure.
No, for real, it's hard to teach that.
It's hard to teach patience. It's definitely hard to teach patience. Come on, let me ask you this. Hip hop. Define hip hop to me. I mean, do you feel that you are hip hop? Let's start there. Or are you hip hop?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like we all got a little hip hop in us, because, I mean, we can't forget where hip hop came from. Like,
For sure.
hip hop wasn't really just music; it was a way of life.
For sure.
Back in the day, where it originally started in New York, with African Bambaataa, and you know what I mean. It was, you know, and even deeper to that, it goes back to just the blues and slavery and them writing music and putting codes to escape in it. So music has always been spiritual for us, you know what I'm saying? And hip hop is bigger than just music, it's culture. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is the clothes that you wear, the makeup, you know what I mean, getting nice, and it's a culture, you know what I'm saying? But
Yes, sir.
I feel like within the culture, it's certain subcultures too. But yeah, hip hop is big.
For
I
sure.
feel like we all a part of it.
Don, let me ask you a question. Do you think hip hop is absent in a lot of the music that we listen to today?
It ain't really teaching nothing no more. You got a lot of people fabricating the image that they ain't never lived, or they ain't even telling one side of the story, they ain't telling the other side. It's way more violent.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, you listen to that old Scarface or that old Jizzle, they was storytelling and giving a testimony and being a vessel. But now it's just really on the clout, and you know.
Yeah.
You know, them young niggas gonna do what they do. So
You know they gonna do it.
I can't knock them because
Yeah.
they getting paid. You
Yeah,
know?
they getting paid.
It
Is that the
what it
most
is.
important thing these days? Is getting paid?
No. Sticking to your morals and values and taking care of the people around you is more important than getting paid. But I mean, at the end of the day, money do make the world go round.
For
as far as
sure.
pay bills. But it's always morally right and values. That's what we lacking at right now.
Yeah.
So you know.
I think that a lot of artists today, even if they became a lot more morally sound, they'll still make the same breads, be the same person.
Yeah, but it's these younger generations going more off the vibe
Yeah.
than what's being said. It's the vibe that is being displayed.
Yeah.
So that's what's selling, the image more than the words itself. You know, so that's what we dealing with. We come, like you say, you're a little older than I am. I'm 31, but we ain't grow up with that Facebook and Instagram, and we ain't grow up. Our social was the streets. And,
Yeah.
Or you know what I'm saying, the park or whatever.
Yeah.
We
It was
linked
pulling up.
at.
It was
Yeah.
parking lot pimping. It was pulling up, you know, having your shit in the truck,
Yeah.
you know, or
The
the car.
Rochester days or the Big T days.
When
or-
$10 was gas money.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It
For
ain't
real,
like that.
$10
no
ain't
more.
gas money no more.
Nah, for real.
Chef Sylvia, you still there? No. Okay, awesome. Well, they had to cut out. We do a. So Don, tell. I mean, I know you have fans. You know, and there's young listeners listening as well.
Right on.
If you can give any insight on, you know, as far as, you know, how did you can't really prep for the rap game because hip hop is a way of life.
Right.
And then, you know, as you start, you know, getting into the rap game or getting into writing music,
Right.
you start seeing that you really just have to give yourself to the paper, give
Right.
yourself to whatever genre you're going to go into. So how are you able to translate out of your mind to paper, or to how is that process? How is your writing process, and how is that formulated? If you can give your fans kind of like a synopsis on from top to bottom, like how from creative standpoint to actual going into the studio, laying that track to actually performing that, you know, what does that look like for you?
First, it take a team that believe in each other, not just you, but each other.
Okay.
And it take a lot of investing in yourself, not only money but time.
Got you.
A lot of people ain't got the time, and they talented artists, and they make good music, even good beats, but they ain't got the time to display their talent and promote their talent.
Got you.
So it's really about being a team, having a good solid team that believe in each other, and just taking the time to put a lot of shit together. A lot of this shit don't even take a lot of money to do.
For sure.
So it's just creating a vibe, like we go back to that vibe word, and creating a lane and sticking to it. Shit.
I mean, where's the hottest place to go in Dallas, man?
Music wise,
I mean, just period. I mean, you know, where's the hottest place to go? I mean, if you're a local artist, I mean, where's the hottest place to go to be heard, be seen? I know it's
Okay.
Royal Lane Studios first. You know, we're gonna go ahead.
Studio. Shout out to Biggs, you know what I'm saying? But Green Elephant.
Shout out to Puffy.
Green Elephant is another spot that you can lay your shit down or come up here, fuck with Eli on Thursdays.
For sure.
They have a nice crowd of opening, and really just push pressing your shit, put it on QR codes, and really just getting in the streets. If the streets respect it, everything else gonna come. So
I got you. What kind of street work you doing these days?
really right now, I got my boy. He 50-50 with me on Round 1219. That's my production company. My boy Mr. 1219 Inglewood Baby himself. He just dropped a mixtape about a month, not even a month ago. Inglewood Baby 3. So we promoting that right now. And then we got another part of it. We got another part of it that's in Central Texas, Austin, San Marcos area, 3K Entertainment, and they doing what we do as well, just out there on that side.
Okay. So when you first started, man, really grabbed my attention. You said something about giving back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you kind of see the whole picture of everything, you know, I do respect your talent. I do respect that you rap, but I know that you're way more than just rap. You know what I'm saying?
That's just really a jack of the trade.
For sure.
I prefer put my peoples on. That's my
Yes,
line.
sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
My line. So like I got a lot of family, I got a lot of love in like Chicago, New Orleans, and you know what I'm saying, and San Antonio, Austin, San Marcos. So the mission is really just putting it together and making it make sense, getting our own algorithm going, getting our own lane
There you
going
go.
to where
Branding yourself.
branding ourselves to where we don't really need nobody. But you know, shout out to the niggas that done hear me. Like I fuck with the gun side niggas.
Man, man.
I hate what they going through right now. Shout out Free Uno Loso, man. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with D Gully. D Gully helped me out a lot. That nigga like my mentor.
For sure.
He one of them niggas I call anytime and he'll give me whatever game I need.
For sure.
What I'm saying? So it's just like I said, just humbling yourself, knowing where you stand at, where you trying to go. That's really what it's about.
Switch your Sweet Reds or the game?
I prefer games. I can't fuck with them switches, man. They don't stick, man.
You sure right about that shit. I be mad
And
at
they
the
burn
motherfucker.
too fast, man.
Coffee or tea?
Man, shit. 5 years ago, it just, hey, tea. I prefer tea, but I drank some coffee.
Like
you
a
know?
motherfucker,
I
right?
ain't had to sit down before. I know how crucial coffee
Yeah,
can get.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
That coffee,
yeah.
you get tired of that coffee like a motherfucker. I
Yeah.
fuck with that tea in a minute, man. Sit down
Yeah,
and
I'm
drink
more
some
of a
tea.
tea nigga too. You hear me?
Politic on, see what the leaves do for me in the morning, man, and wake me on up, man.
Yeah,
Ain't nothing
man.
wrong with that. What your diet look like, man? What you
Man,
eating, what
I
you
eat
eating these
even-
days,
hey,
man?
man, that's
You ain't
crazy.
missing shit, I see.
I
I'm
ain't
just
missing
saying,
nothing,
man.
Hey, God been good to me, man. I ain't missed a meal in years.
Yes, sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
But man, really, man, I'm more of a taco and burger eating ass nigga. I'm
Ain't no
always
wrong
on
with
the
it.
go, so
Yeah,
I'm pulling up and getting something fast and keep it pushing, man.
that's real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real. Most defining moment, man. You know, most defining moment. You know, I got one. I think it was my most defining moment was when I knew that it was either if I don't do it, I'm homeless.
Right. Ooh.
If I don't, if my when I knew my last day was my best day, when I knew that $60 was for the hotel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When
Yeah.
I knew $54 was gonna keep me kicked out still, you know, and I need 60. You know,
Yeah.
those was my most defining moments.
Man,
you know what I'm
it
saying?
got real. Really just, bro, my most defining moment was last year, bro, in Las Vegas, bro, at the top of the strap, man.
Yeah.
Me and two beautiful ladies, man, we just enjoying ourselves, but that wasn't just the reason why. I done been through so much, and just being there at that moment,
Yeah.
doing what I was doing, man, just really realized how blessed I was. You
Yeah.
feel me? How blessed I am to come from where I came from and my situation now to where I'm at now, to be able to help motherfuckers and shit.
I hear your voice raspy, man. I mean, you know, when you're rapping, I mean, you know, a lot of people rap about love. A lot of people rap about pain. You know, you got some people to rap about money. Some people rap about,
Right.
you know, political aspects. Where would you say your lane is in the rap game?
I teach. I try my best. 75% of the songs that I make is really just teach from experience and mistakes.
Yeah.
I grew up, believe it or not, I grew up in a church. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? All the way up until 14, 15
Yeah.
years old. So I know better. But at the end of the day, I had to survive from the streets.
Yeah.
I've been in a situation where I was homeless and
Yeah.
sleeping on park benches and being on a run and
Yeah.
all that shit. So just speaking from experience, man, painting a picture and showing that there's a way out this shit and giving people option out of this shit, you know.
Who's the best rapper out there, local wise?
Man, I gotta give it to my boy D Gully, man.
All right.
But if I as of active right now, D Gully, man. But my favorite rapper coming out the D probably if not Big Chief, Apostle Paul.
Yeah.
Shit show.
Not Yellow?
Yellow cool. I like some of Yellow. I like Trap. Trap's such a real nigga, man. I fuck with Trap so much, but on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trap
Yeah.
is such a street nigga, man.
Yeah.
And he genuine, man.
Yeah.
That's what niggas really don't know about Trap.
Yeah.
And I can't speak on Yellow, 'cause I don't know Yellow, but I had an opportunity to fuck with Trap a little bit. And
That's real.
that nigga, he's such a genuine nigga, bro.
Yeah.
That niggas really don't even see that side of bro for real.
I
So,
mean, you
yeah.
know, and that's what I say. You know, you speak so highly of them, and you know when you know the rapper, you know from day one, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and you know they makeup, you know they ingredients, you know. That's why I say it's like if we could see the morale that if the world could see the morale that Trap has, that you know he has, if the younger generation could just show a little bit more of that morale
part.
with the talent, then everybody would be able to say the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he a real nigga.
But
for
big
real.
ups to Trap Boy Freddie, man. I have no issues with Trap Boy
That my
Freddie.
now Yellow my free my little brother blood clot. That my little brother people.
Yeah.
So I can't really speak on him or his
Yeah.
little circle. Yeah.
For sure. That's
Mm-hmm.
real. Other than, man, what's your plans for 2023, man? We down there like 4-5 days in this motherfucker, man. We goddamn meat
Consistency, bro.
cock. We say, man, we done popped off tonight, man. We made it happen, man. You say consistency,
bro.
man.
Just really just staying down to the script, bro. We got a little script like I got even though we ain't got no big team, I got a team and just getting everybody on the same page and being consistent with what we doing, bro.
Yeah.
And really the ones that's struggling, really get them on the playing field, bro. That's
Yeah.
really what 2023 about for me.
Hey, man, 2023, man, for me, man, like you said, man, it is about consistency, man. I'm
Mm-hmm.
really, you know, pushing just to keep my motherfucking foot on these boys' neck,
That's
man.
it.
And
That's
if I can, you know, be the vessel to, you know, number one, just to say, you know, to everyone out there that has a dream that, you know, is trying to get shut up by everybody else who's not doing nothing. You know, everybody out there who is wondering when is the best day to start or when is the best time to start, man, just do it.
Do it.
Don't care what people say about you.
Mm-hmm.
Know who you are before you jump.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a lot of persuasions.
Don't take that risk. It ain't got no backup.
There you
for
go.
That risk. Yeah,
and,
man.
and understand that it's consequences for everything you choose to do. But one thing that I can just piggyback off my boy Don is just to stay consistent. Is if your message is going to be that message, you know, don't jump in the game, see somebody else's message, and then try to, you know, switch to in their lane. The main thing I'm saying is speak what you live.
Yeah.
You know, that's speak what you live. And if you ain't living it,
Don't speak on it.
Don't speak on it. And that's the best way to be the most powerful person in the situation.
That save a lot of lives that way too.
Save a lot of lives too.
That save a lot of lives that way too, man, for real.
What you gotta tell these boys about money flashing, man? What that mean?
Man, stop that shit. Put that shit at a minimum, man.
Put that shit at a minimum, man.
That's what's getting them niggas killed, man.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Everybody ain't gotta know what you got in your pocket. This ain't Capital One, man.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? I don't do that, man. I'm say low key, low to the earth, man. Nigga know what's up with me when they see me, and if they don't, you know, it ain't for them to know, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. Let's jump back to it. You talked about having nonprofit.
Right.
Talk about that a little bit as far as your nonprofit organization. Talk about that for me.
Like I said, I grew up in a church. I grew up at Cliffview Church of Christ, which is in Highland Hills.
Okay.
And then from there we went to Dadwell Parker Church. My dad, as a matter of fact, was a youth minister, not a youth minister, sound minister.
Okay.
And one of the few things he did teach me was just giving back, man. When you less fortunate, man, and when you be highly blessed, you gotta give back to the less fortunate.
That's real.
So what I do is I go over there for Cadets and Malcolm X, which is under the bridge right there, like where 30 and 35 meet and all that. We just pull up the truck, loaded up a piece of chicken over there in my neighborhood, Louisiana Catfish. They do dollar chicken days, and from Monday through Thursday, we'll buy like 300 pieces, 200 pieces, give it out.
Yeah, for sure.
Buy about 10, 20 boxes a piece from Little Caesars, hot and ready, with some water, give it out.
Yeah.
Go downtown, do the same thing. My boy Big Blood Spud on the side with me, with my personal security, one of my best friends. He do the same. He helped me out a lot with that too. So
that's awesome. I think that's awesome. That's power.
Yes, sir.
You know, and I like to share that too, man. You know, another thing that also I want to share in 2023 with everybody that I can, you know, come is a lot of people look at pain and try to get power out of pain.
Right.
And I think that if we can just change the notion and say that there's more power if you can change your perspective. You know what I'm saying? Man. If you can change your perspective of things, I think that, you know, the reality of the power will come from the perspective change than always looking at, oh, man, I'm going through something, but shit, you know, I'm going to be stronger when I get through this.
It's really like niggas got the perception of real fucked up. Real nigga think a real nigga got to be.
Real fucked up.
Yeah, like a fucked up individual. Like real niggas will take care of your people, the niggas around you, man.
For sure. Loyalty, man, I love this question, man. You know what I'm saying? I spit this question. I spit this question almost on every show because it's just something to talk about, really. Love or loyalty?
Loyalty. With loyalty, if you show
hold on.
Okay.
Let me let you think about it. Love or loyalty?
I prefer loyalty. I always prefer loyalty, but this is why
fuck with me.
Loyalty, if you loyal to something, that you gotta have a certain type of love for something to be loyal to something.
All right, if you loyal to something, you gotta have a certain type of love to be loyal to something. Okay.
So
expound on that. Love or loyalty? Why loyalty?
So, cause you know, loyalty, you could love something, you could love something, but still do it bad.
For sure.
Like, you know what I'm saying? The women, like, I got this, like, that's like, for instance, you having a wife at home, but you still cheating. But it's a lie to say you don't love her. You still love her, but that ain't gonna keep you from fucking this hoe up the street or doing what you're doing, being a dog. So
is she supposed to leave?
Is she supposed to leave or is she supposed to love you?
I mean, because the men, on the other hand, we gonna say loyalty, but the women, of course, they gonna, you know, they're gonna land on love. I mean, so it's just a question. I mean, should she leave you if you landing on loyalty? So it's like I'm fucking the hoe up the street, but I'm coming home taking care of you.
Why she with me is that come back to why she with me. If it's just about sex is why we with each other, then probably best you leave anyway.
For sure.
See what I'm saying? But I mean, the relationship, especially when it's to the point where y'all husband and wife, it's based on way more than just sex. So that shouldn't be the only reason why somebody took tell and leave. You see what I'm saying?
For sure. I choose loyalty as well, man. Definitely, I definitely stand on that. You know, I was just raised. I was raised on, you know, your word is your word. Mean what you say what you mean.
And loyalty will display a certain level of respect.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, respect go a long way.
Well, you talking to the right one, because there ain't no love in the room for me, man.
Man, tell me about that greedy, man. You tell you, man. Tell me about coming up.
Man, I'm from the Greedy Grove, man. Dallas, Texas, born and raised.
Yeah.
St. Augustine.
Mm-hmm.
Went
by
to
the Adams Mart.
Yeah, by the
Yeah.
Adams Mart. Went to William Anderson.
Okay.
Did the Lake June Masters. Bruton, went to Fred F. Florence.
How did growing up over there inspire you to do what you're doing today, as far as with the podcast and whatever lane you in?
Well, my pops, he was a preacher as well. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So I
crazy.
grew up in the church, so we ended up having to move all the time. So I was always, if you will, like part of the first family, having to meet all the families
Right
in the
on.
church. It was always a big church, so I was always talking. Pops was always making me sing up in front of the
That's
church.
right,
Me
yeah.
and my sisters, we was the choir. You know what I'm saying? I was always having to hold a note.
Right
And
on.
then so fast forward, Lifetime, action happened. 2020 came. I ran the football. Let's go flip back a little bit. Ran the football. Did the whole. I was the when they have the pep rallies. I would do the pep rallies. I would be the guy on the stage. Making all the jokes. But I was also the running back who's scoring all the touchdowns. So I was always in a light.
Right on.
A leadership position, if you will.
Right on.
2020 came. The mafia started running the United States, which was Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Trump.
Shout out to Trump, man. I ain't even gonna lie, man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Your boy-
real.
he put some real standard on. Go get it
Go
and come
get
back
it
with it,
for real.
and meant that shit for
Man,
real.
I was man. Quick little story, man. I was on Torres Unit, man, in
Yeah.
Hondo, Texas.
Yeah,
And I'm on my way home, man. I'm sitting with one of my guys, and I was telling that nigga we watched. That's when he was going against Hillary. We watched
Yeah.
the election. I said, say, man. I told my nigga, I said, if that Trump make that election, man, that nigga we gonna get up out of here.
say man.
And,
listen.
and true indeed, that nigga freed more black people than any
Say,
president.
and a lot of people like, man, Trump didn't. Well, listen, man. One thing it did, man. I woke up one morning, man. No bullshit, and I was like, man, they are telling people to stay home, and I said, man, I know I'm tripping, so I flipped the channel again, and they was like saying,
Same shit.
damn near please. Then they was like, money's on the way behind staying at home. This is 2020. So I looked at my people and I was like, listen, man, if a nigga don't open up no business with all this money that they giving us, we're a damn fool.
Down fool.
I
Nah.
said, because at the end of the day, they are going to come, like, the money ain't free. When it's over with, we're going to have to pay it back somehow, some way. I said, so when the getting's good, I say a lot of our people win was, you know what I'm saying, like,
buying Fendi and
man, you
Bashimi.
couldn't tell a nigga nothing.
Nigga, everybody had them Gucci slides. I mean,
Slide like a motherfucker, lie like a motherfucker.
You ain't lying.
Lying, man. Like, you lied, girl. Like, 7 months ago, you was somebody else, I promise you
Nigga
was.
didn't even think to get a bag with the money.
Man, I did. 2020, man, I started Daiquiri Kings.
Yeah.
Daiquiri Kings, man, I took it to the block, man. Took it to the Blade. Big ups to the Blade, man. Never will not go without saying big ups to everybody on the Blade. All the ladies on the Blade, all the hoes on the Blade, all
Shout
the
out
people
to
on the
them
Blade. Man, holla at them, man, for real, for real. But they kept me in the game, man, and at the end of the day, Daiquiri Kings became something.
Hey, they don't even realize. Okay, you said they don't even realize without half of them brothers out there. They don't even realize the shit them women go through.
Man, listen, that's a whole.
That's how.
Say, Don. Don. Listen, season 2 just kicked off tonight.
Yeah, we ain't
tonight.
gonna do it like that. All right, my bad, bro.
Nah, you good. Because that's coming real soon.
Nah,
Because that's
for
something that
real.
needs to be talked about. Because at the same time, Don, a lot of people want to point and want to have something to say about the women who do the things that they need to do to raise their kids or to raise their family. Because women are the strongest creature out there
Respect.
right now. So I just want to give it up to all the women out there
Respect.
and let y'all know that, man, without you, we would be nothing. So
Nothing.
give big ups to all the women out there. Do what they have to do. Single mothers, mothers that have husbands, that's good husbands, cheating husband, or just mothers, period. Grandmothers, aunts, everybody who's standing in the gap that's a lady, man. Just want to give big ups to them. But just going back to that, man, Daiquiri Kings jumped off 2020. We stayed out there for a year on the block. Learned a lot. Came back, turned 21. We did the food on the Blade. So 2 years strong. The recession really turned it around for me because I was really able to see, number one, that I am more than just clocking in,
Right
going
on.
to 8 to 5, saying I'm on time, I go to break, I come back, I do this, and it really wasn't on no I'm me type shit or no big boy type shit. It was just on some, you know, the wind blew me that way. I was watching Drug Inc. and dude was like, yeah, man, I go around and I sit on blocks and with all the dope boys and I sell this juice. And he was calling it something else. He was like,
it was like organic juice or something.
Nah, it was like it was an alcoholic beverage.
They was in New York or something.
They was in New York, and then he was like, he called it some shit. And then he was like, man, I make $1,500 a day.
Yeah.
He's like, I sit on the block with my niggas every day. He was like, and when the popos pull up,
They ain't fucking with him.
he was like,
with
everybody scatter. He was like, shit, at the most. He was like, twice out of a year, I had to pour my shit out. He was like, I sit there with the bottles and they seal, and I sell my alcoholic mix. He said, I sell them for $10 a bottle. He said, I make $1,500 a day. I jumped up. I told my people, I said, I think I got it in 2020. I said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to put my spin on it. I'm going to make it mine. I'm going to make it original, and I'm going to put my walk, I'm going to put my talk on it. And here we got Daiquiri Kings.
Right on.
And then it was from me sitting there from being told to go home, to stay at home, to me sitting there one day at home, wondering why they telling us to go home with a mask on,
Right on.
to watching Drunk Geek, to being open.
So the pandemic pretty much sparked the entrepreneur in you.
Sparked the entrepreneur in me that I knew I needed to grab in order to survive. And I think that's what I really want to put out there, man, is be sure that you're investing in yourself. Be sure that you're taking time, like you said, to really, really, you know, fine-tune who you are as an adult.
Nah, for real.
Because you're going to be a dummy if you don't put nothing in yourself, especially if you're 32, 33, 34. There's no continuing education going on. I mean, we haven't chose to lead a path of a righteous path that you biblically inclined or whatever religious-based faith that you're going to go in to uplift your knowledge as far as putting something in you. Like, I just really want to encourage every youth out there, every young adult, every adult, however you say that, to put something in you. Because there's a lot of people out there that don't have shit to say, but a lot of shit to say. And if we can stop that part of the game, you know, people having a lot of shit to say, but don't have really shit to say.
Just be bullshit.
Just be bullshit.
Sharing bullshit.
Sharing bullshit,
Commenting
liking
on
bullshit, loving bullshit. But then when someone says something about what are some things that we can do to communicate better, to get you to sit at the table to talk, don't nobody want to say nothing.
Shit.
Don't nobody got shit to say.
Right.
But everybody got something to say. So if you could really, we could really hone in the aspect of everybody having something to say, and making sure that when you have something to say something.
Say something. Not for real.
And or put something in yourself. Other than that, Don, this segment of the show is really like called "Get That Shit Off Your Chest."
No.
You know what I'm saying? And basically what that is just a segment to where it's like whatever you felt probably a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So baby mama might have called you and said something you had wanted to say it, but you couldn't. You know what I'm saying? Or you know, man cut you off, a lady cut you off in traffic. And it was like, you know what, I held on to that.
Yeah.
Or I'm watching the news and they talking about Korea and all them over there, and I yelled at the TV. I mean, what's that one thing that where you, man, get that shit off your chest, man?
Mine, as you know, it's a new year, man, and if you have same shit you was last year, man, I ain't fucking with you, nigga.
Man, say man.
I ain't fucking with you,
Say,
nigga. I love you, nigga. Say, man, you did, man.
For real, man.
Don't ain't fucking with you. Don't add me for too much shit this year.
Man.
I ain't giving too much shit. I gave all last year.
Man.
Done stacking some of this shit. Something, man. Say, man. I'm not giving a motherfucker shit for real, man. But a prayer and a have a nice day on some shit.
That's overstood.
But other than that, man, God be with these niggas, man.
That's overstood, man. I'm gonna get that shit off my chest too, man. I can definitely piggyback off of that, man. If you on the same shit, man, I can't fuck with you. if you talking to me too much, I'm not listening to you too much this time. I ain't gonna be too apologetic.
None of that.
You know what I'm saying? No more being too apologetic, running to be too apologetic.
Running
You
to
know
help
what I'm saying?
motherfuckers and shit.
And then also, man, you gonna have to accept me for me.
Right on. Man,
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like you gonna have to accept me for me. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like if you don't like me this year, you just finna not like me.
Fuck it.
You know what I'm saying? Like this year, like last year, I was giving a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to figure it
like trying to understand, trying to figure it out, as you would say, Don. You know what I'm saying? And when I tell you, it took me to a whole another level. You know what I'm saying? To where it wasn't my level. It wasn't even my level. It wasn't even my. It was, I wasn't even doing. I wasn't even doing my own thing.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man.
So when I tell you this year, man, when I you know what I'm saying, I can say I'm put my foot on the neck, keep my foot on. I can say all that, but really, it's accept me as I am, but don't have me at all.
It's cool, yeah, but it ain't no hard feelings neither.
You know, ain't no hard feelings. And I think, I'm gonna say it. I be caring about the feeling behind the feelings instead of caring about my feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Cause shit wicked out here though too, man.
Yeah.
You not give a fuck if there wasn't about certain shit happening to you on the back though.
Yeah.
You don't want the man.
For sure. Well, listen, man, I ain't gonna hold you too much longer, Don. Man, it's been a pleasure to be able to speak with you, man. This is season 2, man. This is how we gonna pop off, man. Every week, You Talk Too Much podcast. My boy Don.
Yeah, man. Check that Street Bobbers out, man. Check that Inglewood Baby 3 out, man. Rome_1219, man. Real opportunity means everything, man. Don Boss G, man. AKA Don.
Don Boss G, a.k.a. Don in the building, man, doing his thing again, man. This is your boy Daiquiri King. I'm going to let you do your platforms as well. I want them to be able to know how to find you. Go ahead and shout your platforms out.
Don Church on Facebook, Rome_1219. Rome_1219. You got some music you want to promote.
For sure.
You want to know how to do what word. We got engineers. We got musical.
For sure.
Beat makers, all that shit. We even got a security team.
For sure.
Rome_1219, man. That's the Instagram and that's the label.
For sure. Again, man, we got your boy Don in the building. We got Daiquiri_Kings. Your boy Daiquiri King, man. It's been a pleasure. It's always been a pleasure to be seen. Again, man, we live here next Wednesday. We'll do it again, man. We're going to start at 10 p.m., man. We're going to go ahead and set the stage right. We're going to start at 10 p.m. next week, Wednesday. If we have another show before then, we will let you know. But again, this is your boy Daiquiri King, man. Fuck with me. And if you ain't fucking with me, man, you ain't fucking with nobody. We pull up, man. Fuck with me. Peace.
Appreciate that, bro.
Yes, sir. No problem at all, man. Let's go ahead and start. I'm gonna stop that. Yeah.
All right, bro.
For sure.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna hit y'all.
Hey, you got me on Instagram?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna message you.
I'm gonna message you my number and shit too, bro.
Yeah, next Wednesday, man.
Yeah, I got it.
Holla back.
The sit down next time, man. We'll switch it up.
Yeah, holla back, man.
All right.
Definitely.
You gotta press stop on the thing.